Greetings, brothers and sisters. Some Hunter J. Biden and JoJo J. Magoo news. It's kind of funny. Some Kardashians trailer. And then I did a video on Rosie McDonald yesterday. And she, her Instagram page is filled with promise. I'll get into that in a moment. Let's start here. Joe Biden used alias of KGB spy from Tom Clancy novels, emails from Hunter's laptop show. So what's happened is they're saying that someone on 4chan broke into Hunter's email, and I find that suspect because 4chan is where all the QB nonsense happened, right? So I'm taking all this with a grain of salt, but this is JoJo Magoo. Joe Biden wrote to his son Hunter and others close to him using pseudonym Peter Henderson, a fictional Soviet Union spy in several Tom Clancy novels who infiltrated the U.S. government email show. So this is from a while back, but now they're saying that Hunter referred to his dad as Peter the Perv or Peter the Pedo. But why would he do that? See, 4chan sucks now. I mean, I was never on it. But after the QB stuff, it has been compromised. And people just make stuff up. And considering that his dad was his meal ticket and he was leaning on his dad to support his crack addiction and his hooker addiction, his stripper addiction, why would he say something like that, right? Why would he use that name, right? I mean, he was on crack a lot, but I find that highly suspicious, especially coming from 4chan. And I also find it suspicious that somebody hacked his account. Like it's just, again, like they got into his cloud or something. It was Apple, so this would be a breach of security on Apple, which is a big deal. Apple prides itself on its security. So, all those things. I mean, it's, there's so many lies and cover up with Hunter Biden's laptop. The media covered it up. They suspended, Twitter banned New York Post, even though they were right, and they've never really officially covered it. And so there's all these things they're not reporting on, and then there's all the made-up stuff. So, it's just a mess. And whatever. But he did use name of a Russian spy, right? JoJo Magoo did. But this is something that is, the proof is in the video. Hunter Biden, someone sent me a video the other day where Hunter was on the beach, obviously completely messed up. At some point, he shows his bare bottom. That's why I'm not showing you the video. And says, I lost my pants. And then later on, he says, sober for 3 months or something. You probably see the video.
She just asked if I wanted to take a walk.
So I'm going to show you some of this. I'll cut out the part that I can't show you. That's her here, the hooker. There's a hooker there right in the background. Okay, I want to, I'm in the editing process, and I realize I got to be responsible here. I don't want to be reckless. I'm going to also call the woman a hooker later on, but I don't know for sure if this is a hooker or the other woman's a hooker. I mean, they might be strippers, or they might be, his brother's widow. But I'm betting on hooker. And she asked if I want to take a walk.
God.
My God. What's wrong, buddy? You're out of breath there? Too much crack? This crack got you down? He's got this Ronald Reagan patch for some reason, even though he's a Democrat. And, there's a part where he says, I lost my pants, and he shows his bare bottom because he's Hunter. He's falling apart, right? You gonna make it, bro? You gonna make it? It's okay. You can do it. You can do it. Get up in your multi-million-dollar beach house.
3 days clean.
3 days clean. 3 days clean. You're just doing it. You're already 3 days clean. You should get a chip. Give him a chip, a 3-day chip. But I test him though. Like like he looked a little bit not clean. He definitely isn't clean, like spiritually and mentally. But I don't think he's clean in terms of his addictions. So Hunter had this, bad habit of videotaping himself when he was effed up, and then losing his laptops.
No, I just laid out the bag.
So he's weighing his crack.
It's 2.06.
2.07
He's arguing with a hooker about how much it is.
without the bag.
So how long is...
And it's a nice cleanly hotel they have here.
0.0.
That's Hunter J. Biden. So good on you.
Proof that despite the naysayers, we can make meaningful progress on dealing with gun violence. Because make no mistake, sit down, you'll hear what I have to say.
So he's being heckled by Democratic voters who voted for him and want gun reform.
You think you...
He's just completely lost here.
Let me finish my comment.
Let me finish my comment.
Let him talk. Let him talk. No,
Let me talk. Let him talk. Let me talk.
okay? Because make no mistake about it, this legislation is real progress, but more has to be done.
Okay, so JoJo Magoo is, he's being JoJo Magoo, and now the people who are his most vibrant supporters, his most adamant supporters, are turning on him because the Democrats are just really angry about everything. So this is the Kardashians' season 2 teaser. So I thought it might be funny because it's got Kim Kardashian.
Okay, season 2, here we come.
Here we come, season 2, just like every other season, our old show. We're still annoying. Season 2, here we come. World of annoying.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Wait, is that the dude that just had the...
Oh.
That's the dude that just had the physical breakdown? He's in some fancy duds.
We're back in case
We're back.
you missed us.
Oh my God.
No, we didn't. Like, I didn't even watch the show. And we certainly did miss you.
Life is good. I have a new boyfriend. I'm just having a really good time.
She had a really good time. That is not a real human face. There has been so much done to this face. It is something like you see in like a horror movie.
I made a baby.
This is my 11th grandchild.
She's got 11.
I need my first night out. I haven't had a night out in almost a year.
Almost a year she hasn't gone out. She needs it. Somebody give her a night out. It's almost been a year. Also not a real human face.
This is definitely a massive birth control moment for me. It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Look at a lot.
We are starting to talk wedding dresses.
Wedding dresses are going to be talked about. They're talking about wedding dresses.
I do believe in love. When you love...
Wait, was that the kid giving... Is this true? Is that a peace sign or devil's horns?
Love. When
you
you
love,
you...
This is the big one. It's the big one. You know, the big one.
So, you guys make fun of me for having a bigger vagina than most.
The reason they call it the big one.
know you're alive. You have these feelings.
Exactly.
No
It's got big feelings.
matter how crazy things are, we're always gonna be family.
Always family, except when they're at each other's throats.
I don't know what's happening with you. I can't
She's got cancer. She's dead. Everyone's died.
tell my kids I'm scared. They have enough problems. They don't
Exactly. She had enough problems. We need just a little bit more drama and crying.
need to worry about mom. She's suing us for over $100 million.
And we're leaving our fate in the hands of 12 random people. What if they hate us?
Well, I would say 8 of them will. Out of 12 random people, I think 8 of them hate you, right?
I'm usually so together, and I've just been tested.
She's been tested. Usually so together. I'm so together, but I mean tested. There they are, restaurant. She's sad. Serious talk. She's been tested. There she is, being glamorous. There they are, jumping around, dancing. There they are, kissing. There they are, drinking margaritas. Boom, there she is, giving the kiss. It's the Kardashians.
Babe? Yeah? Do you want to shower with me really quick? Shower with
There you go. That's how they ended it. Okay, this is... Rosie O'Donnell's going to be better. So I did a video on my other channel of Rosie McDonald. Rosie McDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. And she was quite upset about something. And then I realized she does a lot of talking. Here she is. She does these Instagram videos. She's pretty clueless. And I like to mock clueless people, so it's a marriage made in heaven.
So Dakota did a YouTube camp.
Dakota's her daughter.
And her counselor camp. And her counselor had autism, and she announced it to the class. And Dakota said, well, that's because we're the smartest ones.
They're the smartest ones.
I always...
Dakota has autism.
Told Dakota when she asked me, what does it mean that I have autism? I said, you have a super duper deluxe brain. You're smarter than...
Okay, super duper deluxe brain. So that's not, lying or anything. So generally, when somebody says to you, when you go, hey, what's wrong with you? And the person says, I have a super duper deluxe brain. They're not very smart, right? What's your special talent? I have a super duper 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 deluxe brain. It's the deluxe version. You guys got just the regular version. I got the deluxe, right? Now, I'm not saying people with autism, I don't care, right? People with autism have their abilities, just like I'm dyslexic and I'm introverted, right? I'm different. They're different. But all this superhero stuff, I've been talking about with heartfulness, telling kids that they're superheroes or they're better or whatever, they're special. It just is, again, let's see where she goes here.
Most people. And so she takes autism as, a great thing that she has. She's not like ashamed or embarrassed. It's kind of beautiful to watch. And
it's beautiful because you've been lying to her.
Anyway, the young girl who's 17 agreed to come once a week and to tutor Dakota on the computer, where she's learning how to do YouTube. And
learning how to do YouTube. That should be awesome.
She now wants to be an animator. So
on YouTube.
The girl and her mom showed up and we all met, and I don't know, sometimes the world, synchronicity.
Unbelievable. It's unbelievable that there was another autistic person out there and we all came together to make YouTube videos.
It happens, right?
It just happens sometime.
In the 60s or 70s or earlier, let's see your faces. Let's
1962.
Let's be proud.
Wow, she is only 2 years older than me. And, I'm doing a lot better.
Of who we are. Let's be proud of aging.
Let's be proud of aging, exactly. We're special. We have super duper brains.
It is to be celebrated.
Celebrate your age.
The sound is for people who were born in the 60s.
She's raising her hand.
Yes, and you know what? He asked me to go out to dinner with him.
Do you remember when you interviewed Prince?
But they weren't eating dinner until like 12 midnight.
That's just too late for Rosie. Rosie McDonald. Ronald's cousin.
And I had to do the show the next day, and I was like, I can't go out to dinner with you. I had little kids, and, and I now...
Responsibilities, cool glasses.
I think to myself, how stupid was I? I should have just went.
I think you should probably think that a lot, like every time you post an Instagram video.
How often does Prince invite you out to dinner, right?
Exactly. I was never once invited by Prince to go out to dinner. Not one time. And you were invited once and you blew it.
I think he got a kick out of being on the show. I loved that guy. What a genius.
What a freaking genius Prince was.
Truly. Otherworldly. Very sad ending.
It's like he was from another world, that prince.
TikTok, don't stop, people. Don't stop.
Don't stop your TikTok.
Last day on the set of American Gigolo. Woohoo!
Stole my woo bit.
Detective Joan Sunday has a couple months off.
She's on American Gigolo. Are you the Gigolo?
Hope you like it. It's starting to air on Showtime in September.
I won't.
And fun.
Sounds like a barrel of monkeys. It's a barrel of gigolos and Rosie O'Donnell McDonald. Woo!
Hi, it's me,
What do you mean by you? What do you mean by me?
Rosie O'Donnell,
Rosie McDonald. Okay, thanks for clarifying.
star of Exit to Eden.
Oh, that was epic. Didn't see it. Sounds great, though. Look at that smile. That's a smile that sunk 1,000 ships.
It just doesn't have the thrill for me of saying star of the Flintstones. I know John Goodman is really the star, and I was a co-star, but...
He was a co-star. She was in Flintstones, just not the star.
Roseanne Barr was hosting Saturday Night Live in the 90s, and she kept saying that with a backwards hat. Look, it's me, Rosie O'Donnell, star of the Flintstones. Which I thought was hysterical then.
It's so hysterical.
And I still do. Cassidy Hutchinson. Cassidy Hutchinson. Bravo, you young one.
Exactly, young one. Get up there and relate a story that someone told you, that someone told them. A third person, third 3 degrees of separation story. That was excellent.
Brave, courageous, truthful you.
You're so truthful that you. You.
Thank you, Cassidy Hutchinson.
You were so brave.
Impeach Clarence Thomas.
Boom.
Arrest his wife.
Boom. For what? For what crimes did she commit? You sad, bro? That was a whole video to a video entitled Stack the Court. So that's what she said in the comment section. See, what I was alluded to yesterday, and I didn't say it the way I'm going to say it today because this is going to be better, is that the boomer hippies were upset at the older generation. And the number one reason would be abuse of power. That they silenced people who they could, and they intimidated people who they could, and they forced their agenda, their conservative agenda, their Christian agenda, their business agenda, Vietnam, all these things. Abuse of power, no accountability. And then the restrictive aspect of the dominant system, right? But now they have power because they own social media. They're in charge of all the corporations. Everyone's backing them right now. There is still a right wing and there's still a Republican Party, but the powers that be are now aligning with the left. And they have power. And they're using it to, like, saying, lock up Clarence Thomas's wife, right? Like that stuff Trump said, lock her up, right? Lock her up, lock her, Like they hate Trump, but they're saying the same things. They're acting the same way, right? Irresponsibly. Did she commit a crime? What crime? I'll just lock her up because we're the liberals, we're in power. So they're abusing power, right? Like they claim to be different or they want to be different, but deep down, as soon as they have power, they become what they hate. And that's what I always say. People become what they hate. The more you hate something, the more you're going to become it. It's like a drawing force, a vacuum. And your hatred, your obsession with somebody makes you turn into them. And Rosie O'Donnell must hate. I'm not going to say it. But just think about what Rosie O'Donnell has turned into. And you can insert your own joke here. Okay, so I got this epic comment, and I did a comment video, or I added this to a video on my other channel today on July 11th. And there was something, I read the comment last night, and I had a bunch of things I wanted to say, but I was too tired to do it then, right? Because it was just a great comment for a comment video. And I forgot something. I knew I forgot it, and I was trying to while I was doing the voiceover to remember, and I couldn't. And I was outside working, and I remembered what it was. So the woman writes, blah, blah, blah. You seem to have a negative attitude towards everyone, towards and ridicule celebrities. Is there anyone you actually like besides yourself? Silly me. I thought it was my body. No uterus equals no opinion. And what I realized was the person saying that I can't have an opinion because I don't have a uterus. But it's actually her that doesn't have an opinion. Because the first part is a very common saying, right? My body, my choice. It only applies for for liberals. It only applies to abortion. It doesn't apply for the you-know-what, right? But it's everywhere. There's my body, my choice T-shirts, my body, my choice, my body, my choice. You know, then there's other people that are putting it out there with other things, right? But this is a very common talking point for the left. And it's not your body, it's not your decision. And so she's just copying that, right? And the two things she had to say about it. And here, when I started to type in no uterus, no opinion. No uterus, no choice. And so this is what she said, right? And here are the T-shirts. And so these are two things she had to say to me. And she said, you don't have an opinion. It said, I don't have an opinion, but it's really her because she doesn't have original thought or the ability to come up with something outside of the talking points, outside of, like, look at how lame this is. When I talk about abortion or anything else, I say things that nobody else says or, you know, maybe a few people say, right? Like I have original takes. I have, you know, what I consider interesting points of view. And I don't, you know, just go to my side or the truther side or whatever it is and listen to other truthers or listen to other people who are like me and copy what they're saying. Like I don't give an F about that. In fact, I don't even listen to people. I go out and with a fresh, with a fresh mind on the thing, a fresh heart, and I just say what comes to mind, whatever flows, with the meditation I do, the heartfulness, all those things. No uterus, no opinion. But these other people are constantly just mouthing the words of other people, right? They're just copycatting other people's opinions or the group think, right? She said, you don't have an opinion. No, you don't have an opinion. Like your opinion is saying things that other people say. There's nothing original in what you said. The comments about me not liking celebrities, but only myself, that's just a very standard sarcastic joke, right? And then these other things you said, my body, my choice, no uterus, no opinion, are just somebody else's words that you're copying because you don't have original opinion, right? Like you suck, right? Like you didn't have anything new to say. You didn't really even understand my videos. You just assume I was pro-life and a Republican because that's all you know, you binary F, right? You left, right, wrong, Republican, Democrat, red, blue. I mean, there's all these people. And the left is worse right now, but the right is just as bad, traditionally. It's just that the left has power. But anyways, I digress. So I want to end it here. Rosie Magoo there. Rosie's sad. Why are you sad, Rosie? She's sad because the Supreme Court and other things. She's sad because she's wearing those goofy glasses. She's sad because, any chance of her being relevant again and getting even back on The View, right? You got thrown off The View. But anyways, only spirituality will save this world. It's Paramano. Definitely reporting from the Apocalypse and the Ascension. Everyone have a blessed day and be grateful.